Good evening! This is the Oscar expert here. We are doing the top 5 Oscar upsets of the decade. We're not talking about who should have won, we're talking about what was the most unexpected. Number 5. We've had a couple upsets in supporting actor this decade. Christoph Waltz won the Oscar without winning the Critics' Choice or the Screen Actors Guild, but there was one upset that was even more surprising.
Mark Rylance, Bridge of Spies.
Mark Rylance winning Best Supporting Actor for Bridge of Spies. Why was this a big upset? Because Sylvester Stallone was poised to get his first Oscar for acting. Look at Stallone's face, he knows he's winning. I mean, the narrative behind this win was going to be huge. He's reviving a character that he directed way back in the day. That movie won Best Picture, but he's never won an Oscar for acting. He had won every award that he was nominated for, but this road was not easy because he was freaking snubbed at the SAGs. And he was also snubbed at the BAFTAs. And even at the SAGs, when he wasn't nominated, Mark Rylance didn't win. Idris Elba won. But Idris Elba wasn't at the Oscars. According to Gold Derby, 82% were predicting Stallone to win this award. Only 8% were predicting Mark Rylance. That is a huge upset. Rylance was excellent, but it would have just been a real treat to see Stallone win for such an iconic character. Number 4.
Tom Hooper, The King's Speech.
David Fincher losing to Tom Hooper in Best Director. Immediately when this happened, everybody knew that the Oscars fucked up big time. The Social Network was considered a masterpiece. And as this decade comes to a close, The Social Network is making a lot of Best of the Decade lists. It was very obvious that this should have been the Best Picture winner and the Best Director winner, but in a way, this director loss was even more upsetting. David Fincher won the Critics' Choice, the Golden Globes, and the BAFTA for Best Director. The BAFTA! The King's Speech is the most British movie ever made. So you'd think, of course, they're gonna choose Tom Hooper. No, they still chose David Fincher. They still had the sense. I actually think a lot of people dismiss Tom Hooper's talent as a director, but come on. We knew it then, we know it even more now. David Fincher should have won the Oscar, and to this day, he is still Oscarless. Number 3, we've had a share of upsets in technical categories. Some that stand out are when Fantastic Beasts won costumes over Jackie and La La Land. Only 4.5% of people on Gold Derby were predicting this. And Lincoln winning production design, only 6% were predicting that. Robert Richardson didn't win a single award for Hugo until he won the Oscar. But the most unpredictable award was when Ex Machina won visual effects. It was not due to lack of competition. I mean, this was competing against The Force Awakens and Mad Max. Giant, big budget movies, the kind that win all the time. Only 1% was predicting this to win. I remember that I freaked out for about 2 minutes. I couldn't stop screaming when this happened.
Oh my God! This is what in the world? What in the world?
You need to breathe.
Oh my!
There is no other award, according to Gold Derby's records, that had this few amount of people predicting that it would happen. You'd have to go back to Alien in 1979 to get a Best Visual Effects winner with this low of a budget. It was not even predicted to be nominated. It was at number 8. So the nomination itself was a surprise, and then the win over Mad Max and Star Wars. So this was an absolutely insane win. Number 2.
Olivia Colman.
I'm sure you folks all remember our reaction to this one.
Holy shit! Fucking God!
Shit! We were shocked. You were shocked. The nation was shocked. Olivia Colman was the most shocked. This was Glenn Close's to lose. She was having a Julianne Moore, still Alice year. She's overdue. She's the most nominated actress who's never won an Oscar. She won the SAG, she won the Globe, she won the Critics' Choice, which she actually tied, not even with Olivia Colman, but with Lady Gaga. The only award that she didn't win was the BAFTA, and we can pretty easily say, like, this was Olivia Colman's home turf. Of course she's gonna win the BAFTA. But Glenn Close was going to finally win her first Best Actress Oscar, and Olivia Colman, first-time nominee, not even that well known in America until this film, upset. Only 8% were predicting this win. 83 were behind Glenn Close. While we all hope that Glenn can get her Oscar someday, Olivia Colman's performance was so unforgettable and unique It was hard not to be gleeful about this surprise. And now, the number one upset. We've had a lot of Best Picture upsets this decade, actually. Birdman beat Boyhood despite only winning the Producers Guild Award. The only major precursor that Spotlight won was the Critics' Choice, and only 26% on Gold Derby were predicting Spotlight's upset. Even more upsetting yet was just last year, where only 14% on Gold Derby saw Green Book's win coming. But the greatest Best Picture upset,
La La Land.
when La La Land won Best Picture and then lost Best Picture 3 minutes later.
We lost, by the way, but, you know.
They read Emma Stone's Best Actress card and they thought that La La Land won.
I'm not sure. I'm still not sure this is real, but
Anybody who was watching that ceremony knows that moment.
All right.
Good night! Good night! They made a mistake! Moonlight won! Where's Cole? Cole, Moonlight won Best Picture. They made a mistake!
You're kidding.
I'm not fucking kidding. Barry Jenkins is on stage right now.
You're pranking me.
I'm not fucking pranking you.
That's not real.
It's real. Cole, get the fuck down. La La Land looked like an absolute lock to win Best Picture. It broke the record for most Golden Globe wins with 7. It won 5 BAFTAs and 8 Critics' Choice. It won the Producers Guild. It got 14 nominations, which tied it with All About Eve and Titanic, both films that won Best Picture. On Gold Derby, La La Land was predicted to win 9 Oscars and be one of the biggest sweeps in years. And Moonlight, on the other hand, was just the little indie that could. Costing $1.5 million to make, this was the lowest budget Best Picture winner ever. Only 10% on Gold Derby were predicting Moonlight, but La La Land won 6 awards. It was gonna do well without the Academy, and just seeing Moonlight win and have that huge push from the Oscars endorsement was incredible. It was something straight out of a Disney movie about an underdog sports team. This could go down as one of the biggest Oscar upsets ever. Another decade of awards is right around the corner. Stay tuned for tons of more shit on this channel. Which Oscar upset left your neighbors calling 911?